can't breathe with you, baby. I can't play your game. It's a disgrace, mama, the way you throw shade and blame. Standing here at the crossroads, it's time to tell you goodbye. As far as I'm concerned, we'll never see eye to eye. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. She said, gotta put you behind me, baby. Gotta get out of my sight. The way you're treating me, baby. I'm staying out all night. She said, I deserve much better. I deserve your respect. If you come after me, baby, well, you better come correct. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take no more. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take no more.
I'm gonna make myself a cup of Good Morning America. Y'all want some? It's the best damn coffee you're gonna get anywhere, buddy.
September 4th, 2017. I promised I'd never do that, remember? Because I sound like a mouth breather on the radio. And maybe
Monday.
Maybe I should turn Jason Allen's camera on.
Who? Where? Hello, everybody.
Where the hell are you, man?
Well, because this is Labor Day, I did have this big, huge, like almost choreographed
That's your camera.
interpretive dance thing. Hi, where am I?
I know, you're looking at your other camera.
Right, but I had this interpretive dance routine worked out for Labor Day and everything, but then they told me it wasn't that type of Labor Day because I was going to go into Labor Live.
Right.
And then they said, no, it's not that sort of Labor Day.
Are you Jay-Z Sports Balls?
I am. Hi, everybody. This is where our sports guy sits. Hi, I'm Jay-Z Sports Balls, and today, I do have something sports, though. You ready for this?
Yeah, do it.
I got a tradition. I've got the victory cap. Yes, the University of Oregon won on Saturday. We creamed the snot out of Southern Utah, so the victory hat.
Okay,
right
that's
there.
good.
I'll go in and out like 3D.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I told you I don't have that many robotic cameras out here. Oh, look, it's not zoomed in. Okay, so we just put Jason there to mess him up.
Well, yeah.
No, we didn't. Because
right.
Whoa!
Ha!
There's someone else here.
We have a guest.
We do.
Yes.
What Jason.
Yes.
Who's our guest?
Our guest is the fabulous aura analyst, Shanna Schaefer. But we call her affectionately, Shanna Banana.
What? Is that true?
It's true.
It's true.
It's mostly because people don't say my name right, so.
So you just, your nickname is Shanna Banana.
Yeah, only because people need to know how to pronounce it.
Right.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You are lucky to be our first in-studio guest.
Yes, I am.
Doc, why is she running for the door?
I know. She puts the lotion on her skin.
On the skin. The Silence of the Lambs moment brought to you by.
Yes, I know.
I've been sitting around and I said, man, we got to get Shanna on the air. We have got to take Doc's aura live on the air. We got to make this happen because I want to make him to feel uncomfortable as he can. And so it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down live, right here. Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know. I would say that.
Yeah.
I would say, hi, I'm back.
Yes.
I would say that it's better than having the bald guy sitting there all day.
Well, yeah, that's true. Very true.
That's not nice of me.
That's all right.
I love how you're looking at your.
I am. Like, I'm like a trained monkey.
I know.
And so when there's like ever anything thrown in like a curveball, you know, it's like, where am I?
I have been called a curveball before.
Right.
You have been called a curveball before, did you say? Oh, no.
I did say that, but I was just joking.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, we're very serious here.
I got that.
It's very important. We have we go over the news. It's I don't know. It's like NPR or something here. Trust me. Trust me on that.
We got to get in our NPR voices.
And I zoom in my camera while I sit here and stare at people. Believe it or not, people watch this.
They do.
This show. Anyway.
Maybe we shouldn't call it crap while we're on the air.
Yeah, that's true. We'll give you a NuzBox button. We haven't got our coffee with Curmudgeons stuff yet.
We got a NuzBox button here for you. We got some official swag.
Yeah.
There's a NuzBox button for you.
Sweet, it matches.
And I have it on good.
Good authority. Yeah.
That there might be a Twin Curmudgeons T-shirt in our future. Ooh. Yes. Last week we did a tribute to. Actually, I went to Twin Peaks last week.
Twin Peaks.
Hence why I've got my
the Double R Cafe.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm sorry. I will stop talking about Twin Peaks after this episode because we're done with Twin Peaks now.
Right. Now, is this a one-shot off one season? Or are they going
That's
to...
what they say.
They're not coming back next year?
That's what they say.
Well, that makes me a little sad.
It makes me sad too.
Because we only had to wait like 25 years for... Anyway.
Well, the thing is that the first hour, so it's 2-hour finale, right? Episode 17 and 18. I'm just going to give my quick Twin Peaks update, and then I'm going to move on, because we did a whole thing. I went up there and I showed my slideshow and stuff, and we had a cool intro and everything. But episode 17 wrapped up all the little storylines of this season, right? Okay? So that's what happened there.
Gotcha.
So kind of all these little threads and storylines of things that were happening, little things, wrap up. Oh, who's the kid with the glove and all this stuff, okay? Episode 18?
Yeah.
Not a damn thing, man. David Lynch all the way. It was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, well...
It's like, oh, there's Laura Palmer. Oh, wait, she has a different name. What happened to Audrey? We don't know.
Oh,
And all we know, all the
that's...
2 lines that we know from this is the dude talking in the backward, is it future or is it past?
Yeah.
Right? That's the one. And I don't think this is a spoiler, but Agent Dale Cooper going, what year is this?
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, because he was like the guy from...
It's David Lynch.
Yeah,
What
he's
do
like
you
in-
expect? I didn't expect it tied up like a bow, like a little Christmas. Here you go. Oh, train set. Oh, set it up. Oh, I'm going to go play with football now. Right? That is not how David Lynch works.
If you say so.
Well, I'm just saying. That's not how he works.
No, that's true. Yes.
Shanna's looking at me like, what
What am I
No,
doing
I'm
here?
not.
is going on? It's okay.
You can see her on the what in the hell am I doing here camera.
I know.
Oh, what did I get myself into?
Yeah. Well, had I
Yeah.
planned ahead, like we do. People have, when we started this show, people were like, oh, this is great. You guys, cameras, you're in studio, you got lights, this is amazing. You guys look great. Like, most people like are used to, Periscope, look at that. Here's my cell phone. They have no idea what a crappy production this really is behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes,
like,
right.
First of all, you got 2 chuckleheads
Yeah.
who are the show.
Hi.
He books the guests.
Good morning.
And I sit here and I don't know what I do. Talk about Twin Peaks or something. But anyway, so that was David Lynch. The only one of the reviews afterwards that I read was they said, well, kind of think Mulholland Drive or something like that, kind of where that was kind of like in the end, you're like, what the wow, kind of messing with time, and time, well,
The space-time
I think
continuum.
Shannon could probably weigh in on this.
Yes.
The time-space continuum, right? Kind of how time...
If I weighed in on it, we'd be here for longer than 2 hours.
Well, based on the content we have in front of us today, we've got time.
Right. We'll cut away to a thing. We'll come in at the end like next month. She's like, so in recap, I wanted to. Oh, okay.
Well, I like that stuff. I like talking about time. I like physics and all that. Are you a David Lynch fan?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
Moving on.
Moving on. Have you seen Twin Peaks or any of his films?
No, I mean, I know that it's very famous and a ton of people that I know love it.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it.
What do you like? What are your favorite movies?
Well, I have 3 kids, so I watch Disney movies lately.
Gotcha.
You know what? Yeah, I remember those days. In fact, I've been catching up on David Lynch movies that he made in the 2000s because pretty much everything was Finding Nemo.
Right.
And,
you don't want to fight them for that.
Yeah.
Give them their time.
Right. I'm just really now coming out of my Frozen era,
Yeah.
the Frozen movies.
Yeah.
I heard that song so much time, Let It Go.
Yeah.
It's time to just let it go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, totally. I'm right there with anybody who ever has kids, little kids. It's like, so I'm into cinema. I'm a cinema kind of art kind of a guy. Like, I think in college there was a great, you have like a great, a video store. Let me explain to you what a video store is.
I do know what that is.
Do you really?
We
No,
still
you're
have
not
one
that
in
old.
Sandy.
Oh.
People come to Blockbuster in Sandy just for
in
the experience.
Sandy.
There's
Yes.
still a Blockbuster?
We do.
Wow.
I'm going to go there and just start taking pictures like a tourist.
Yeah.
Look, there's a
No, they
Blockbuster
do.
left.
And
That's
they
like
post
really-
it on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's like going to North Bend, Twin Peaks. Is like it's a small town. And it's like here's a diner, here's a video store. I don't think North Bend has a video store though. But wow, yeah, okay, well, yeah, there was like a cool one, kind of where I was living, which was kind of close to the campus. Well, actually, I think I was not going to school then, but anyway, and so they had like the foreign movies and things like that.
Right?
And so, and I'd read books and all that. And then, so you're like, you're like, oh, my favorite Godard movie is in stock. Let's watch it. And the kid's like,
Yeah.
why is it in black and white? Why are they speaking in French? I don't get it.
They're all mine.
Daddy, which one of these ladies, French ladies, is the princess? Well, she's a streetwalker who's making her way on the streets of Paris to kind of make extra scratch because
she's
it's
got a heart-
post-war. And
She's got a heart of gold, just like a princess.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
that's how much she cares.
That's
yes. And then she's going to sit in a cafe and talk for 8 minutes to a philosopher as the camera moves around the table.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not compelling content
No,
for
it's
kids.
not.
Kids are just like, unless if you have a kid like that, then you take them to counseling. They're like floating up in the air. Dad, can we watch The Shining again? I love Kubrick films.
And little narrator voice. This is when they knew little Bobby needed counseling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like those art house films.
Exactly. Yeah, you're raising the kid that at 5 is writing the cinema reviews in the grade school paper.
Right.
My Bobby Jones.
The other 5-year-olds are getting like Legos and Play-Doh.
Yeah.
You're giving them a Fellini film. Here you go, kid.
I felt that this Frozen had overtones of Truffaut.
Right.
And maybe a
Right.
little Renoir. And then,
Right.
I got that Jules and Jim touch. Anyway.
The Talking Snowman was very noirish.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do.
This is good.
This is like
We
2
entertain.
2 hours of us just.
Yeah. But you're here though.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're here with a purpose. So we figured out you like kids movies.
I didn't say I like them.
Well, okay. So what movie would you watch
Ooh.
if you didn't have the kids around?
What movie would I watch?
Yeah, like
if I
what
didn't-
was one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, like
Non-kid.
Desert Island if you only had, like. Yeah.
I mean, I loved growing up. I loved stuff like Lord of the Flies,
Ooh.
Shawshank
Wow.
Redemption,
Yeah.
The Shining is one of my
Shining,
favorites.
Yeah.
A lot of the classics. I would probably want to watch some of the stuff I hear people talk about nowadays, though.
Right.
You know, like hit some Netflix.
Yeah.
That whole Netflix thing. You know,
It sounds
yeah.
really enticing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so your kids are pretty young.
14, 3, and 1.
Oh
There you go.
my gosh!
That's running the whole.
Wow.
The whole
Gamut.
gambit, right?
Wow. Well, thanks for coming in
Yeah.
with all that.
Oh, no, it's easy to leave that.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow!
I'm just kidding.
Right now at home, one of the kids is there's a tear going. Why did Bobby say that? Oh,
Well, yeah, you're here to take care of 2 baby men.
baby!
Today.
Sitting around talking about movies and stuff. Hey,
Yeah. But yeah, we appreciate you coming in. How about music?
Music?
Yeah. What do you like music-wise?
Um,
Non-Disney, non-Jungle Book stuff that the kids are listening to.
I'm so sorry. I'm so boring.
it's-
I lost my device to play all the music, and I had like this huge playlist with all my favorite stuff, and it was lost. And somehow, when you go on iTunes, all the music's gone there as well. Like the library was wiped as well. So like music is
Thanks,
kind of a
iTunes.
sore subject for me. I like a lot of stuff, but I haven't rebuilt my whole
Yeah.
thing. So
But I mean, would it be like I don't know, Cyndi Lauper or Metallica or John Coltrane?
Metallica reminds me of my ex. So no.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, when you've lived enough life, music starts reminding you of people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true.
So we shouldn't play Master of Puppets, or it's going to set her off.
Yeah. I can never listen to Wagner again. Dun, 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 dun,
That's right,
dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun.
The Valkyries just sends her.
I won't explain how important that song was. I'm coming, dear. Dun, 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 dun. It was kind of an Inspector Clouseau type movement.
Right, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Keto, not now. Okay, so music's a sore subject, and so okay.
I like a lot of it.
Yeah.
I just don't have any of it.
Yeah. This is just, I'm just. This is just
Trying to get to know me.
Yeah.
Getting to know
Getting
you.
to know you.
I like Alt J is someone current that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that wasn't on my iPod, so that's.
Are you? God. This is what happens.
Right.
This thing does
It's
this.
cute.
Yeah.
Do you want some duct tape?
What haped?
Do I have
There
to
we
come
go.
mom you?
I fixed it.
Okay. I'll mom you if it happens again.
Thank
though.
you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Are you Team Tay or not Team Tay?
I don't know what that means, so I
Taylor
guess not.
Swift.
I
Yeah.
had no idea. Team Tay. I'm like, nah,
I'm
whatever.
not gonna say I've never sang
really?
along loudly.
Okay. There's just a lot going on with Taylor Swift I see on the internet. So
Right, yeah.
I've decided I am Team Tay.
Yeah, are you?
Oh, you
You're
are.
on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
But now she's in a feud with Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
Well, then that makes
This is
you
important news that
Well, you gotta be on our
has
team,
come
man.
to me this
Yeah.
weekend.
Team Tay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway. Speaking of important news,
Mm.
speaking of music,
Yeah.
segue. Walter Becker from Steely Dan
Gotcha.
passed away this
No.
weekend. 67 years old. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Steely Dan.
I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Stevie is gone, and now all we got is Dan.
You know.
Oh.
If you knew the origin of that name,
Yeah. I heard it
it's,
once.
it's a little rude. Yeah. Walter Becker, the guitar player and bassist of Steely Dan and co-writing partner of Donald Fagen, passed away. So there it is. My favorite Steely Dan tune.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite album actually. And then everyone's like, oh, there's Gaucho, there's all that. And I like the Royal Scam. Kid Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Don't Take Me Alive. I think that's the one I posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more rocking. It's got a little more guitar going.
Yeah.
I'm just
You know,
saying.
it's kind of weird for me is I kind of like Donald Fagen's solo stuff more than Steely Dan.
Well, I think he helped him along with that. They were kind of inseparable. They kind of split for a while, but they were always kind of co-writers, and he was a producer and all that stuff. So, so that was a big music thing. And yeah, Steely Dan. Some people don't like Steely Dan. I know people who are like, I don't know, like this. A lot of musician people like Steely Dan. So if you have like musician, and I mean, non-musicians like Steely Dan too. But,
I've heard that.
you know, there's a lot of people who played, and I was in a band once with like 3 guitar players, and they were just like Steely Dan fanatics. Like, I think we played Peg actually. Yeah, I think we did.
It's a small like backstory, Shanna. He was the drummer of the band Tokyo.
Boy.
Really?
And I never get tired of showing him old 80 videos with him in the back, drumsticks, curly hair, curly mop flowing in the wind.
Wow.
The name of the band that played Steely Dan was called Pavlov's Cats.
Oh,
It
okay.
was probably the last band I was in.
Pavlov's
It was not a big
Cats.
hair. It was not a big hair band. It was an old guy band.
Was it
I was like the youngest guy in the band. Imagine that. It's like wheelchairs out there.
Walkers?
Play some Steely Dan now. I don't think any of these guys would watch this show anyway. But if they did, hey guys, just joking.
Right.
Okay then.
Yeah, because if we keep talking about Tokyo, I'm going to bring up the leg warmers and other
Well,
80s
we haven't done the
spandex
obituaries.
stuff.
The other one we did on Friday because we talked Twin Peaks and my road trip.
Yeah.
Richard Anderson.
Oh, that's tough.
Oscar Goldman
Oscar
from
Goldman.
the $6 Million Man
Yeah,
passed away.
that's a toughie, man.
He was old. It was like 89, 90 or something. He was up there.
Right.
something like that. So
Yeah, Oscar, man.
that's what we do on this show. Obituaries. See, you go,
Right.
God, that's what Curmudgeons do. Just like Grandma would be proud.
Our-
Read the obituary.
it's a 2-hour show, and our in memoriam segment takes up
Yes.
an hour 58, right?
Oh, Jason, did you see this Richard Anderson, Oscar Goldman?
Right. And that's like, and then in other
I love that
news,
$6 million man. The Bigfoot episode was really good.
it's really good. And it's like in other news, North Korea. Whoops, we're out of time. Gotta
Yeah.
go. See you later.
Yeah.
See you on Friday, folks.
That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things, but
Yeah,
but
but
we do have a guest here
We do.
for a reason.
We do. Honestly,
and-
we do.
and so
For a reason.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Yeah.
actually do some stuff here and see what this is all about and see what you do. So tell us about what you do here with reading auras.
Right.
Or did I say auras or auras?
I say auras.
Auras. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that's right in some.
Somewhere.
Dora
Yeah, I
the
would
aura.
usually say aura. If you're from
Like that.
Patterson, New Jersey, it's aura.
Yeah. You know, you can use
know.
that.
Yeah, you could do that too.
That's really funny.
Aura.
That's where my husband's from.
Wait, aura.
Where?
Patterson.
Patterson. Oh no! I just inadvertently. He's like,
Look at
That's weird.
Brother Patterson going down.
look at the psychic stuff
See?
is happening
See?
already.
That happens.
It's like already.
See,
yeah,
I'm mind melding as
That's
we speak.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Very good, Jason.
Yeah, no, I'm always endlessly fascinated by the work she does in the auras, simply because it just looks so darn cool, right? You look at it, I'm like,
Right.
wow, and she's, I mean, everything. It's got this cool, funky software. She's got all this technical stuff going on. And again, I mean, anything technology, I just sit there and like, because I'm not technology at all.
Right.
Cool. What are the pretty colors?
Well, and we,
You know.
and we got it all here. We
Right.
got it all tied in. That's what
Right.
we were doing, like right before the show.
So-
like tying this all
Yeah.
in and putting it here. You can kind of see the laptop, and we can zoom down and look at this. We
Right.
actually can do that.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Shanna, when was the first time you got interested in auras?
I used to go down to a metaphysical fair in Portland, and
Wow.
I saw a guy there doing them. And I love photography, and I love the spiritual side of things. I was like, that's a really cool mix. And then I ended up, that was like an older style of aura photography. And I ended up looking into what was available today. And these guys took that technology and then put it into this computer system where it's amazing actually what they've done, and I was very intrigued, and I bought one so I could use it.
There we go.
Who are these guys? Are they the people you met at the fair?
It's the
or is
people that
this-
sell this program, this
Oh, okay.
system.
Okay, so there's a
Nice.
whole like software ecosystem or whatever.
Yeah, I
You
think
can
there are only a couple that actually do something
Wow.
similar to this.
Okay. And so the metaphysical fair, is that still going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? Where would we find that?
We got to show up to that, man.
Yeah, that sounds intriguing.
I don't know what it's called now. A bunch of my friends do it. I have one in Sandy that I do, and I pulled a few of those guys
And you organize
to come
that
up.
in
Yeah, that
Sandy?
one's mine.
Oh, cool.
So I pulled a few of those guys up to do mine with me. So I can figure it out for you, but
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get that info. Where would we find yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
I have a page on Facebook called Holistic Health Services, which is kind of like the events out of my building. And then I also have my page, which is Alter Your Ego Hypnosis, and that's in Sandy.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
So if we can pull that up in a bit and
You could.
show the folks.
Yeah, and
Or
I
you
can
show them
put
on
something
your
on
laptop.
there too about the other affair.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. So, and when did you get into this again? How long ago?
Well, I actually bought this probably a little over a year ago.
Okay.
So-
But you've been in
But I've been doing this for years.
for
yeah.
years, right? Before the software and the hardware.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So should we take a look at the?
Yeah.
Hang
Let's
on
take a look at
here.
the screen because
Yeah. So why the magic? I'm Doug Henning, and this is the magic of Coffee with
that's
Curmudgeons
right.
here.
It's magic.
So here, you can actually tell us. So there's this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Oh.
Watch the monitor
3D.
there. I
There
know.
we go.
This is called crap production. There's your laptop. I still don't have the hang of this. So we've got this box right here. Can I pick it up?
Of course.
Is that okay? Okay. And so we've got this box here, and then that's plugged into USB into your laptop over here. I never go the right way. and then you have a camera,
Yes.
a standard web camera,
Yes.
right there. And should I show them the screen
Sure.
here? So and this is what it looks like. That's what your screen looks like right there.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
I got a lot of boxes up right now, but
Okay. It looks like.
Like something out of Star Trek.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. It looks like we're gonna go to warp drive right there.
See that person there? That's
Look at that.
That's the person she's beaming right there. She's gonna beam him to another planet.
It's like Beverly Crusher's
Right.
med bay there on
Right.
the Enterprise.
Right.
That's pretty cool looking.
I know.
I don't know anything about this, but I just want to get it because it looks cool.
Right.
I don't even read screen blanket. I was like, wow, that looks really cool. So, is there something you can? Do you want to explain
Sure.
what's on this screen? Or we'll
yeah,
pull the
so
screen up there?
that box right there, when you put your hand on it, it's going to read your electrodermal activity.
Okay.
So your respirations, your,
Right.
yeah, all that stuff, like an EEG or an EKG would. And then it'll take that.
Galvanic, is that what they call it?
I believe that's a term.
Oh,
that,
okay.
Yeah. And so you can, then it'll take all that information and translate it into these images and graphs.
Okay.
And then it will tell you, I mean, it's kind of like an aura horoscope, basically.
Ooh.
It'll tell you all about you, how you are when you're out of balance, how you are when you're in balance, the
Uh-huh.
best ways for you to be in balance, how you are in career and finances and relationships and all sorts of stuff. It's like 15 pages long. Yeah, I'm very excited. I really am.
That's why I was like, we got to get in her ASAP, you know.
Yeah. Not a good weekend to be doing this.
Well, no, because then you'll be able to see. And
Yeah.
it's kind of cool having one at home because I can be like, oh, I should check it today.
Gotcha.
So somebody could buy this whole setup and do this on their own.
Yes.
Like say you have high blood pressure, you check your blood pressure, right? You could
Right.
check your aura,
You
right?
could.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you wake up in the morning, get your coffee going, right? And you say to yourself, man, I don't know if I want to leave the house because I don't want to have a bad aura day, like bad hair day. So you check the aura and like, I don't know, maybe I should stay in.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
See, I wouldn't know how to interpret that anyway, so I'd be like, I guess I better stay in, every day, all day.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because, like, if you're doing something competitive, your aura might be red. If you were doing something creative that day, it could be orange. If you were really needing to analyze something, it could be yellow. Like, every color has a gift to it. So it would be interesting for what you have to do that day to see what your aura was.
So are you saying there's an upside to this?
I
He says with his fingers.
always
crossed my
look at
fingers.
upsides. It's always positive. I mean, we're the ones who assign meaning to everything.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
So yeah, you'll what, Jason? When you did this, you had a 6 or 10 page report, right?
Well,
15.
she emailed this. And it's really cool.
15.
It gets you into all the the different little facets of your life, different areas, what it all represents, and everything. It's endlessly
Old
fascinating.
Doc Normal here is going to have a 15-page report, but then Shanna's nice. She'll just break it down to the positive stuff. It'll be like half a page. That looks good.
Sure.
You're thinking things working out for your aura.
Do you have scissors?
Yeah.
That's right. Edit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the highlight of my week was watching the Twin Peaks finale last night.
I feel like you actually might have enjoyed that, though.
I did.
Okay.
I did, and I desperately needed to enjoy that after the day I had
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yesterday. Yeah. Okay. I know. It's look. This is the Curmudgeons, right? You come
Right.
in here, you read an aura with a curmudgeon. This is what what you get.
It's very therapeutic,
Yeah.
You come in there, oh, damn kids, get off my lawn. Next thing the
Yeah.
show's over, you're like, hey, I'm happy again. That's cool. Yeah. Venting.
So now what should we do? Can we talk about something else?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
No. Should we?
Should we
Should we
read
get
your
to it?
aura? Yeah. I'm this is great.
I feel like you're more nervous than you should be.
I am a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did have kind of an incident An incident? I had a thing. Yeah, I had a little thing yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the personal life, and I thought, if someone's reading my aura today, this is probably not so good.
Yeah, but then you'll be able to see if it's accurate. You know?
It's yeah.
It's an all black aura. Man, he's pissed.
Yeah.
He's pissed, man.
When the report comes out and it just says, kill them all.
Ken's like, woo, gotta go. It's getting late. Bye.
Just kidding. That was kind of a bizarre Twin Peaks reference. Kind of a abbreviated shorthand reference.
Well, I just
to
laugh
Twin
at
Peaks.
everything anyway, so.
There you go. Yeah. Oh boy. We can.
Yeah, before we
talk
get to the
jokes.
or live or real,
Yes, Jason.
I also wanted to ask her about, because another thing I'm endlessly fascinated about is hypnosis.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, hypnosis, right? Because my grand design on the old show was I wanted to hypnotize Buddha and make him walk around like a chicken, quack quack, or a duck or something like that. But he said he wasn't down for that.
Weird.
Yeah, I know.
Do you do hypnosis too?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
yes,
I've always been fascinated by hypnosis.
That's how all of this started.
Oh,
I
okay.
started with Reiki, and then
Okay.
I went to hypnosis school. And then I've also gone to shamanic school.
Oh,
and then I've
okay.
done some end-of-life doula training.
Oh, wow.
So this was kind of like a way to... Like, sometimes people disconnect, especially if they have PTSD or...
Yep.
they'll shut down. And this is kind of a way to bridge the gap between the spiritual world and this world, because I believe we need to address the mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
And we don't really address the spirit at all.
No,
No.
not at all.
Like, when do you ever go? So back in, like, a shamanic community, the incident that happened to you, someone would have grabbed you and said, hey, we need to do some work, and
Oh,
get,
boy.
heal
No
that right
idea.
now. Like, they don't wait for you to complete everything to fall apart before they send you to rehab or whatever,
Late.
Yeah.
The bell.
Right. Too late. It's a dire situation when they call for the priest for the exorcism.
Yeah.
All right, we need a priest. Get Father Flanagan in here right now. Burning sage ain't gonna cut it, man. We're gonna no. But
Were you lunching on pea soup or what's this? I don't know.
I didn't know you looked that much like. Man, you look like Linda Blair.
Yeah.
No, but I'm always fascinated by when, especially with hypnosis, the auto suggestion and or like, because I've always heard like things like, well, we hypnotized them because the guy wanted or the gal wanted to quit smoking, right? And so they did like the hypnosis kind of, and it helped them quit smoking. That sort of internal.
Right. Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, I'm fascinated by hypnosis too.
Yeah.
I've always been. I actually did consider it once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, for kind of a. There was a kind of like a therapeutic kind of a thing, and I was thinking, maybe I need to get my head right. What's this hypnosis? But I could never. One thing is you can never know who to talk to about that. I mean, you can look it up in the phone book
Right.
or on the internet. Oh, so and so.
Who should I trust with my subconscious?
Right, exactly. And there are counselors in the area who do counseling and with hypnosis. So there's that. And then there's just, the issues of trust,
Right, because I mean, isn't it at the most basic level, the subconscious level, when you agree to be hypnotized? I mean, you were making yourself vulnerable, right?
Right.
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
You're always in control. If I was to say walk around the room and cluck like a chicken, I'd have to work really hard. Me personally would have to work really hard to get you there.
Gotcha.
Because
But you could.
you're
though.
always in control. You always have a silent observer. Always. So if something happened that was weird, that would pop out and you'd come out. It's like you don't want to move. You're so relaxed. You're so tranced out. You don't want to move. You're just and that's what we're trying to do is bring you out of fight or flight. If you're in fight or flight, your brain will not take any new information because it's trying to survive. If you can just relax, we can get access into both of your minds, your conscious and subconscious, and then start rewriting stuff. And it's all really good. It's kind of like I'm just reading you a really soothing story, and building you up and to where you should be, to believe in yourself so that you can do whatever you want to do, which it's empowering. It's really empowering.
Interesting.
So back to the cluck like a chicken.
Yes.
Because when I was in Vegas once, I saw.
Ooh. Right. No.
No, I mean, but you
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's what we grew up with. You
Well, it's
turn
one-
on Johnny Carter
Right.
or whatever, and some dude like with the
Yes.
thing, and it always was a dude, by the way.
Yeah.
Now I think most hypnotists are more like, you know, not dudes. Because what's a creepy dude with a goatee and stuff like, I'm putting you to sleep, I'm putting you to cluck like a chicken.
Right. I have no idea why he's wearing a turban.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it was really cheesy.
Yeah.
But I mean, so that's
That's a
is that pretty
misconception,
much
right?
fake
Hollywood.
kind of
I mean, there is
mystical?
that stuff. There are people who are
Yeah.
highly susceptible. So if they were going to do something like that in
Ah.
Vegas, they would check
I know it's
Gotcha.
early. It's-
susceptibility.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are a couple other things that happen. But yeah, that's not what I do. I don't do stage hypnosis. I think it would be
Right.
fun to learn.
Right.
But I do a much more therapeutic approach because I don't know what clucking like a chicken would help you with in life. So I don't really waste my time.
It'd be great to mess with your friends and
Right.
family, you know.
So you're coming through. You're coming from an
I
altruistic.
just have them give
sort
me
of-
money.
Yeah.
I'm just coming through the. You know,
Yeah.
you're altruistic. I'm just coming. Let's mess with somebody, right? Let's make
Exactly.
them. You know.
see, Shauna, if you could train the two of us how to do this,
Right.
we'd have half the city clucking like a chicken, right? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Because that's just the kind of
Yeah.
chuckleheads we are.
Right. In our hands, it's not going to end well. So you may
Yeah.
you know you may want to say, I'm sorry, I can't teach you guys
Think
that.
Three Stooges, less one Stooge, basically.
Right,
That's
right.
what we've got going here.
Right. Yeah. Think Three Stooges meets the A Team, and we're about halfway there.
Like a chicken.
Right.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. No, but
Yeah.
in truth, yes, it's like most of the hypnosis and stuff is to deal with like PTSD and other issues, like to relax you and
Right.
kind of go through.
And just stuff you need to let go.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can't bring anything new in if you're hanging on to the past.
Oh,
Right. Well, what if you had
sorry.
like some sort of phobia, right? Let's say
Those are so fun to work on. I can do that. I can do conversational hypnosis and work you towards that.
oh, and that's just you talking it
Yeah.
through, and you're using.
Yeah, you can do so much with your conscious mind. I mean, even an epiphany would be
Mhm.
a hypnotic,
wow.
Oh,
have
yeah,
a hypnotic
sure.
tone to it. Because it would, oh, I get it. And you just do it.
What about welcome to Firing Line? We're grilling you on.
It's turning into
No,
a McLaughlin group.
No, this is really
What say
interesting.
you?
I mean, this is stuff that I
No,
want
yeah.
to learn. I mean, this is why you're here, and
Right.
this is great. For me, I think if I look in my life in the past, or even now, the times that my brain seemed different, like that I was tapping into something else, you know, like kind of going through, is creativity.
Yes.
Music,
Yes.
writing music or playing music or something
Yes.
like that was always very much like, oh, brain's really different now, because now we're like, it's almost like when you write music or if you're playing or performing, there comes a point where it's almost like it's
Yeah.
not really you.
Right.
You're kind of like feeling there really truly is
Like
a point
you're channeling.
Yes, like you're channeling.
The zone.
Yeah,
There are theories like that, actually.
yeah. And
And if you think about everything exists in the universe, you're just pulling it and actually doing something with it. That makes sense from that angle too.
yeah, I
Right.
mean, you're a kid, you study music, you learn all the stuff, right? You're not
Right.
channeling. You're just like, how do I do this and this? But then there comes this thing where you, if you really continue with it, and I don't think it's just music. It's got to be probably painting or
Right.
acting or
Poetry, whatever.
whatever is creative, right? And then you just kind of flip, and then all of a sudden there's this feeling of like, this is composing music. I've had times where it's like I have no idea what's happening. My hands are moving, and this is what's happening, and this is what we're writing, and this is the music that's coming out. And so that's like the only thing that I've really felt something kind of out there in the world. And I was just wondering if that's the reason I bring that up is if that's anything like kind of the hypnotic state or anything.
Yeah,
that you
I
do.
think that zone. Yeah, and because it feels really good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real high, right? Must release the endorphins too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a tone of that in there.
Uh-huh. So, I read a lot of just like science stuff, and you were talking about all this software and research and all this stuff that's going on, and we don't really study the consciousness and all that. And lately in physics, there's some really weird ideas that are coming out of physics, like the hardcore physicists, because one of the things, we physicists can describe the physical world at the quantum level or the classical, the big, stars and gravity and all that stuff, but they've never quantified like consciousness.
Right.
But yet consciousness exists in the universe. Right. You could say, okay, your brain is an electrical kind of chemical electrical computer, but we know we're experiencing something that's a little bit bigger than just the mechanics of that. And the ideas of consciousness and stuff have really gone into the science realm because they really want to figure out what does this mean. So do you feel like there's starting to be a convergence of like your area of practice, what you do, and more like the hard science that's coming in and saying, hey, we're kind of curious about this.
Well, so like there's a thing where if there's an atom, like you can't actually observe, I think it's the atom. If you do, it will act differently.
Quantum entanglement. Yeah.
Depending on who's observing.
Yeah.
So like I said, how we assign meaning, I think that's it with everything. We're all just assigning meaning. And we change it. Every experience, whoever's involved with that experience is changing it from our perspective, where we're looking from.
Well, and I see a little bit of the convergence on her screen, right? I mean, because you got the software, and this is the hardcore technological science part, trying to read, auras and trying to read the spiritual, in other words, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So, very interesting.
It is. It really is. I'm glad you're.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. So.
Of course.
So now what should we do?
Well, we got to read your aura. We got to go.
We got to here.
We got to figure out what's going on.
Did we cover sports?
You're right. He's trying to change the subject.
I think there's some science news that I wanted to cover.
He's deflecting right now. This is what we call.
There's no bad in here.
Oh, you don't.
There's
know.
not.
We come to the segment called Doc's Deflecting.
Yeah.
So how's the weather out there this morning? Let's check in with our NuzBox.
You're acting
news
like it's a colonoscopy.
Right. You don't have any spiritual polyps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
might be more enjoyable.
Right. We're deep inside Doc's spiritual colon right now. Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
No. I'm not going to bring up Twin Peaks, but there's a lot of things in David Lynch that could go down that path of the spiritual colon and whatnot.
I'm going to remember
go down the path of the spiritual colon.
Right. Because you may need some spiritual bran muffins, to make sure everything's cool.
Exactly.
And those polyps are spiritual bumps in the road. You gotta get past them.
I know, right?
Right. See,
Go to Trader Joe's and get up some spiritual granola with a little spiritual soy milk.
How would you like to be the person who's working at Trader Joe's and here's the phone call? Hi, welcome to Trader Joe's. This is Donnie. How may I help you? Hi. Just a quick question for you. I just want to know, do you guys have anything that helps cleanse your spiritual colon? I don't know how to do this. I'm going to shoot you over to my manager. Hi, this is Bob. What do you mean spiritual colon? I've never heard of that.
Actually, we got the phone right here, so we could make a prank phone.
Right. Are we?
Sit tight, Shauna. We're going to make a prank phone call to Trader Joe's right now.
Hold on. I'm getting. The producer's saying yes. We can mess with people that way. No. Anyway,
spiritual granola. That's my favorite George Harrison album.
Spiritual Metamucilix, right?
Yes. Spiritual granola.
Ooh,
great solo album. George Harrison after he left the Beatles. It's
right. Yeah, I was gonna say that, and between him and
Grateful Dead.
Carpenter, Harry Chapin.
Oh, there you go.
I could make time in your colon.
Oh, God, come on. See,
I know that song.
This is where we
Sorry.
better. This is the point where Jason gets inappropriate. We
Right.
move it along. He just like starts to have flashbacks to the other show. And it's like we're not on late at night. We're on in the morning. People are actually eating muesli and
Right.
granola and
Yeah, we probably don't want to go there.
No, we probably don't.
We'll get out of the spiritual colon now. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Guess I got a show title.
We will flush ourselves out of our spiritual colon and move on.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Do you want to put your hand on it now, or you want me to take us down another dangerous path?
See?
In fact, that's going to be our new name for the show.
That's a good one.
It's not Coffee with Curmudgeons anymore. It's Dangerous Path.
You want to put your hand on it now? What's in the box? Pain. I have a gum jabbar at your neck.
Right. Next thing you know, it turns into that photo, with Trump and all the other guys putting their hands on the orb. That's what it's going to go
Oh,
into.
God, yeah.
See?
That was another David Lynch reference to Dune. You ever see the movie Dune?
I'm
The
just
pain
gonna.
box.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
That's okay.
I'm
It was a book, too.
Brush up before I come see
It's
y'all
fine.
again.
No. You have all the answers and the expertise of the questions
Right.
we have.
Right.
It's true.
I mean, we're asking
I am an expert.
questions. Okay, folks.
Yeah,
Here
yeah,
goes.
yeah.
I need a sip
So
of coffee.
tell us what sort of, what you're going to do to read Doc's aura.
Well, it's not. I'm not like reading it. I would have to trance out and
Okay.
go into that realm you were talking about to say something about you. But this thing is going to do it all for me.
Okay.
So when you put your hand on it, it's just going to compile information, and it takes about a minute to even out to be on your information, and then it'll start with its graphs and stuff.
Okay.
You
Sweet.
can watch them. I'll explain them as we go.
So is that zoomed in enough there, we think?
Excellent.
Do we? Y'all see the box here? Here, let me move the box a little bit.
Yep,
Oh,
there
no,
it is.
no.
There it is.
Move it
Yeah,
back here.
yeah.
I mean, I can zoom it in, but I think it's okay.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, so I just put my hand on here?
Yes, you do. And then as long as you have it on there, it's
Okay.
the same session.
Right. Right. It's like
Are you sure this is safe?
No?
She's messing you. That really is that's a theremin.
That's what we needed, the theremin.
Right.
We needed theremin. We should have had some theremin music.
Right.
What are you thinking?
I
What
can
do you
come
say?
back.
No, that's it. I can get out of here really quickly.
Right.
That's what I was just interpreting that comment for you. I can get out of here. It's okay. You're okay, right?
I am fine.
You having a good time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So like,
You are our first in, seriously.
well, yeah, we had
That's
After all this time
amazing.
since we've been doing this.
Yeah, we talked about it a long time ago, actually.
Right, yeah, because I was like, hey, we got this,
Thought you forgot
brand
about
new
me.
show, and well, no, I just want to make sure that we technically, had all the ducks in the row.
You still don't
and
have
it
any
is-
technical ducks in a row, though.
There you
No,
go.
that's true.
Exactly.
Thanks for sharing, Shanna.
Sorry.
No.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So
Here we
put
go.
my hand on this. I am really nervous. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to show your spiritual colon.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the spiritual poem.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, how's it going?
Doc, what are you feeling right now? What's going on?
I'm trying to focus on. Oh, that's really good coffee. I like the Trader Joe's coffee. That's real
Yeah.
good. Oh, should I put it on this screen here? Right.
Okay. Here we go.
Is this something that's going on?
Look at
Okay.
that.
So it's going to take about a minute to even out to everything.
Okay.
But I'll explain this one first, I guess. So this simulator is showing, so your auric field is this biomagnetic field around you, which is proven that we have one. And this is showing different colors and where those colors are in relation to your body. Like your left side would be how people experience your energy, the energy flowing out of you. The right side would be what you're drawing from. Above you would be like your thoughts, your goals, and below you would be how rooted you are in this world or grounded. So this report will go through when green is above your head, it means this. But as this is turning, you're kind of seeing all those sides. And that looks really good. There's no holes in your aura. Sometimes there'll be black holes. So it doesn't look like you let people affect you quite as much. It's also showing you your chakras. Many cultures recognize them. some have like 147 going all the way into the heavens and all the way down into the earth. We recognize typically the rainbow of 7. So that's what this program is addressing.
Okay.
And it will go through if they're like these energy, they send and receive information basically.
Okay.
So they can be too open, where you might feel drained, like people are just getting too much from you, or you were getting too upset over other people, or they could be too closed off, and
Gotcha.
that could mean that you shut down a bit.
Right.
So that it'll tell you all of that stuff about your chakras, how good you're doing with those, and then each chakra is associated with not only like a spiritual meaning, but also organs of the body. So if you had a physical condition with your throat, then it could be, and something was showing on your throat, it could be that physical condition, or it could be that you really need to tell your brother-in-law off and you haven't done it yet, you've been holding it inside. So
Gotcha.
that you can
Okay.
interpret what that might mean to you when you see it.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
And then this screen
Okay.
showing quite a few things. So see how there's like this tire track on the green? That's on your heart.
Ah.
And so that's your heart chakra. So, something, if that prints out, sometimes it's doing the average of everything right now. So if it actually prints out with those tire tracks, then you could look at the heart chakra and see what you can identify with in there that might be going on.
Okay.
And those are all, you have to see how it's fluctuating, so you'll get an average when it comes back.
Ooh.
So this thing right here, your yin-yang color wheel, is showing you how imbalanced you are with your male-female energy. And if they're within 1, the pointers are within 1, which it is right now, that means that your male-female energy is very balanced. And then also, if you're pointing toward the green when you get your report, the ways that you would relax are going to be things associated with the colors on the opposite side of the wheel. So, like maybe blue would be swimming, and that'd be good for you. And it'll go through all of that as well, just as ways to relax and balance back out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Aura power.
Uh-huh.
I think of that as like
Yeah.
whoever kind of has that more power, not that they're more dominant or aggressive, but like if someone walks into a room and commands the room in whatever way that is, they could be quiet and do it still too. That's how I think of the aura power. Like
It's other people responding to the energy vibe that you're giving out at any given point. Okay.
We think of like the language we speak as communication, and the body language that we use as communication, but there's also this antenna, our aura, and it's bumping up against stuff, and it's feeling out a room. You could walk into a room and be like, oh, you could cut the tension in there with a knife.
Right.
But you didn't hear the fight.
Right. Right.
So we feel so much more than we recognize or give it credit for. And I think that's what that's talking about.
Right, because, we have worked that as humans. We've worked that in our day-to-day sort of lingo, right? Like you just said, you walk into a room, man, it feels heavy in here, right? And you just, our responses to what signals that are being given out in the energy.
Right.
That's awesome, yeah,
And so
okay.
those chakras are receiving energy as well. We're taking all this in. So you might shut that chakra down if you're like, I don't want to feel that stuff anymore.
Gotcha. Have you ever heard the term, and I ran across this a couple of years ago when we were doing a show around Halloween time, right? And like a psychic vampire. Like there's some sort of people out there that almost like, you ever been around someone and then when you're done around them, you almost feel like you're physically exhausted, right? Like, oh my gosh, I feel drained just being, can that happen? Like people like feed off other people's, like sort of aura type
I think
energy.
on the most basic level, if you're hanging out with someone that's not relaxing for you, that's draining. I don't know if there are people out there that are specifically trying to be energy vampires to you or not.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But that absolutely happens. But we're all entitled to sovereignty. That's a birthright, which means, one spirit per body, and you are in control of this. So your intention is your superpower, and there are, a million ways to protect yourself from other people.
Right.
And you can think of spiritual ways. You could think of, just not being with them, cutting them off. a ton of ways to get away from that. But yes, if you feel something like that, listen to it.
Yeah. Do you think like us here in the West, right, Americans, even sort of European a little bit, do you think that we've lost touch with more of the spiritual side of things? Because when we talk about how to protect yourself and how to this, and you'd think that that's sort of like ingrained in our DNA, right, our makeup, but it seems like we're really lacking that these days, right?
We're not raised like that, yeah.
And because you always, because if you see a lot of the different cultures around the world, like Native American and the Far East, right, big into the spiritual side of things, and I think as us here in the West, we've kind of just disregarded it now for multiple centuries,
and
we're
look
now
how
just
sick we are.
Yeah, and we're just now starting to wake up to to ideas and also to different ways that humans have been living literally for millions of years with. Right.
Right.
So, yes. Sorry about that, folks. Down venting, waxing philosophical for a minute. No, but
it's true. We're so disassociated from that, and people are sick physically and mentally and spiritually.
Yeah,
it's sad. It is ingrained in all of us, and you can absolutely activate it all again. Everybody's psychic.
Yeah.
It's just
I've heard that people have that. It's almost like entwined in our DNA, right?
It is, and
it's just that thing of coaxing it out again, or waking up that side.
Yeah, or recognizing that exists.
Gotcha. Interesting. See, folks, even though on Labor Day and you have the day off, maybe you're sitting around in your bunny slippers eating your bagel. You're learning some right now. This is good stuff. And so I'm going to do a little tag here, folks. You're watching Coffee with Curmudgeons. We're live with I'm going to call her Aura Analyst.
I like that.
Shanna Schaefer, and I got the name right.
You did.
I didn't want to mess. I was like, geez, do you even know me at all? You can't even get my name right. And she's reading Doc's Aura right now. And we've got some really cool stuff going on here on the screen, which you may or may not be seeing right now.
Oh, you're blue.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I knew this was bad.
Nope, they're changing.
Oh.
You're so colorful. You're like a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see some purples going on there, like the Polar Store stuff, and the top and bottom, little blue and green, and that's fantastic. See, you took a deep breath, and there's the green right there.
Yeah, it's funny because you can think an angry thought and see what happens to your numbers, and then think a happy thought and see what happens.
I am not angry. I am not.
But if you did want to, I mean, you can stay just like this. It's fine. But I do have people do that just to show them.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Do you want a picture?
Sure.
All right.
Can you hold this so
Sure.
that's on him?
There we go.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, get that kind of centered there.
Oh,
Let me know what I need to do.
Oh, look at that.
Wait a minute. There we go.
All right, so I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to take a picture so you can smile or whatever you want, all right? 1, 2, 3.
All right, I'm trying.
Someone put in the J Gals band freeze frame right now. Freeze frame.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Am I good with this?
You're good with that? Thank you
I'm gonna do
so
3D.
The guy who takes the worst selfies. You haven't seen nothing yet with the Aura selfie.
I'll email that to you.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
You can take your hand off whenever you feel like it's complete.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
You can keep it on as well.
Actually, you could have taken your hands off like 5 minutes ago. We're just messing with them now. No one's got to stay on there.
Yeah, I kind of got that, Jason. Oh, look. It went angry thought.
Oh, wow.
I think I can. Should I? Is it a good time?
To do an angry thought?
No.
Oh.
To take my hand off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Before we
3.
make you angry and it ruins the reading.
Are things looking good, though?
3.
Am I ending on a high note?
It's gonna. You want to end on a high note?
It's like
That's right.
when I look at it on the screen, it changes colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like first it's blue, and then I look at it and it gets all colorful. Is
Yeah,
that
you're
colorful?
complicated.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's just take
There you go.
the hand off now. Oh, time for some coffee.
Yeah. Doc, how did you feel for that experience? What do you think? Yeah?
It was interesting. The color, I like the colors.
Yeah.
You have very pretty colors.
There you go.
I don't know what that means.
That's a compliment.
I
did?
see
Okay,
your
okay.
true colors shining through.
Wow.
Yes.
That was a little. I don't know. I mean, I wanna do good. I wanna do good at stuff.
I'll grade you in a minute.
Right. Oh, good.
Are we working on a bell curve?
Yes, exactly. Best 2 out of 3.
Right.
It's like, can I do that over again?
This is like your spiritual SATs, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Well, so the things I'm hearing as I have my hand on this thing, and I'm like, and we're doing a live show. We're still live. That's good. We're all here. And and I'm doing this thing, and I'm like, I'm just thinking, I was like, okay, relax, right? And then all I'm hearing is I'm colorful, and there's something about male, female, everything's all in balance or whatever. That's good,
I
right?
pulled up the actual report if you want to make it public.
Oh, should I?
I don't
me.
have like high numbers, and I've been through stuff in my life, so I have stuff to show for it. And I don't.
No,
I don't. There's no good or bad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just interesting to see if it's accurate for you.
If it says I suck at math,
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's accurate.
it does say that, right?
Wow, this works.
Right?
2
All right,
plus 2
well,
is 5.
We're here, right,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yep, we're here. Let's do it.
You're not here. You should be holding my hand.
That's-
I'm getting the report back. The aura.
That's our after-show production meeting. It's okay, Doc. It's okay. We'll get you through this.
It's like a colonoscopy. It's like, well, we've got your report right here. I'm just,
Yeah, and I mean, lots of people make that
okay.
joke about this.
All right, so, folks,
Yes.
are we ready? Jason,
Yes.
I know you're ready.
Wow.
Jason's just like,
Who, me?
Jason's like,
What?
let's do this.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to make you feel better, I'll put on the victory hat. That way it just seems more nonchalant.
Okay.
Okay, how's that?
All right, are we ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Shauna? All right, okay.
All right.
Okay, so here's the report.
Shanna,
I don't know if we
let
can
her rip.
See it too closely here.
Okay.
Can you? Is there any way you can zoom it in a little bit?
Let's see.
If not, that's okay.
Oh,
there we go.
look at
There we
that.
go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Just looking great, so people can.
There
All
we
right.
All right. So
Okay.
you've got some tire tracks,
Oh, what? Oh, jeez.
and one
Right
of them.
off the bat.
Yeah, so that
Let's
red
do
one
it.
is your root chakra.
That is-
So that was probably from the spiritual colonoscopy you just had.
That
Oh, boy.
explains the song you once wrote called "She Ran Over My Heart." The tire tracks getting ran.
So, which is that? Is that over on the left there, the red? part?
Yeah. And so.
Entire tracks. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it says there might be blockages or something you could address.
What part is that?
The root chakra. So that's like shooting down into the earth. And it's how grounded you are. So like for me, I had more of a difficult childhood. So that feeling of being grounded on this earth or feeling like I'm rooted doesn't exist as strong for me. So I too get low numbers there.
Tell it, sister. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, it's a reflection of stuff that you've been through and where you're at right now. Nothing's
Yeah.
good or bad. It's not the end of the story. You're just in the middle of it right now.
Gotcha.
So this
So let's see.
chakra is associated with joints, muscles.
So tire tracks on the red.
Check.
Okay. Okay.
So if it's not from what I was saying before, something emotional, then it could be related to your organs, your joints, muscles, heart, blood, and nervous system. So if you had anything wrong with those things, it could be pointing to that.
Vegan diet, feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
Unlikely.
Right. Yeah.
More the first one.
Okay.
But everyone's got stuff, like you said.
Totally.
Right? Come on. Now,
Yeah.
do most people have to tire tracks, or it depends? Right?
At least half have tire tracks. Yeah, at least.
Jason?
Well, yeah. I mean,
And then it could depend on the day, you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You don't get to middle age and not have some tire tracks.
And there's your curmudgeon philosophy right there.
Right.
It's like that's pretty much how we roll here. It's
Right.
like,
No, I feel at home.
okay. Good.
Do you want me to go through every chakra?
Well, I
Or
mean,
just
you
through
can-
each section?
Yeah, I mean, if you
See,
wanna,
there's the navel
whatever-
chakra,
Well,
solar plexus
is that
chakra, the
tire
heart
tracks?
chakra.
Your solar plexus has the tire tracks as well.
Okay.
So that could be due to personal power, creative and intellectual thoughts,
There we go.
or your stomach, or your liver.
Okay.
But I mean, it's saying that you're actually medium to high.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
So a lot of creativity.
You have
a lot
high
of,
creativity,
oh,
There you go.
intellectual and analytical thinking,
There you go.
playful qualities.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
It says you like Twin Peaks too.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, see, I see it right there. That's your Dale Cooper chakra right there.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent.
So your heart chakra, it says, well, obviously, I think that you can get what your heart is about, but it's also like your lungs, chest, circulation, arms and hands.
Okay.
If it wasn't from
How are we doing
that
there?
lady, you're at a 6, so that's above medium, in between medium and high.
So that's good. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, it could also mean you need to heal something.
Oh, okay.
Your throat chakra, you probably need to find more ways to express things.
Ah. Oh.
Or more people to tell off. I don't know.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go. Mm.
I find that interesting since we're like here doing a live podcast on a mic.
Right.
It's like,
Right, but maybe there's something you wish you could say to someone that you haven't. Or, you know, those kinds of
let me
things.
tell you. We'll start with Jason. No.
Oh,
I would like to start with Jason, too. We'll fight for it.
For getting you in on this, right? Let me
I just don't feel loved right now. I don't. Okay.
Next time,
Okay.
diva me.
Gotcha.
what?
I don't know, like, don't divas need certain things in their dressing rooms? and stuff?
Oh, okay.
Like, I need a dressing room in the first place to
Gotcha,
be a
yeah.
diva.
And
Gotcha.
like the green M&Ms, you know, you can only have that.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I only
Okay.
want the green ones.
You're right. That's right. She needs a writer contract. So next time it's all written
We'll
down.
get
you
on
know.
that. We'll get on
Yeah.
that. We promise.
That's right. We'll get our intern on it. He'll do it.
Okay. So your third eye chakra
Third eye.
Ooh.
is, you know, relate to your intuition, your vision, artistic and creative thoughts.
How's that?
It's between low and medium, almost medium.
Oh, wow.
So, but that's also, I mean, if you're not using your intuition, if you're not going to that place you were talking about as often as you should.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
And that could really can't that fluctuate though, because if you're in a creative time and then
Exactly.
if you're lower because it's more of a pragmatic daily
Absolutely.
time, and then okay,
It's freaking Monday.
right, that's your Monday
These
chakra
are Monday
right there.
numbers.
Yes, come on. It's
I like
freaking
it.
Monday.
Right,
What do you
right.
expect? Third eye? I
Right.
can barely get two eyes open on a Monday with some coffee. Third eye. Come on. All right.
Okay.
Doc, your third eye's asleep right now,
Yeah.
man. Nah. Okay, crown chakra.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be like spirituality and enlightenment, or your brain, nervous system,
Hmm.
and your medium right there.
Yeah, you're right. Smack. That's very balanced.
Average on the bell curve. All right.
Yeah, it's a Monday, but
Mind, body, spirit graph. You got 50% spirit, and I don't know. Well, one person's beat you.
That's
on
an anomaly.
That number. I know. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's like that clearly can't be correct.
That's
right?
not true. You're interpreting being spiritual probably in the ways that the rest of the world has.
Oh, okay.
right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that's how you are spiritual. And that's what you always have to do with all of this stuff is whatever resonates with you. So
Right.
if anything in this doesn't resonate with you, don't accept it. It's typically pretty accurate though.
Well, so what does this mean here? 50%. So mind is what?
Mind is 22,
And-
body is 28,
Okay.
and then spirit 50.
Huh.
So I mean, I think it's just saying where you're putting your energy or where you operate out of.
And the spirit. So
You think a lot.
okay.
Yeah.
Don't we all? No, I don't. Yeah.
Well, no,
I mean,
I mean-
what,
But more people have a kind of a more complex analytical outlook on things.
right.
Whereas, so when you approach something or in your daily life, you will tend to I'm reading you right now, dude.
I know. Jason, we have the expert here, Jason.
Right.
No,
Sorry.
wait. No, it's cool.
Well, I mean, but
It's
he
like-
knows you.
Right.
So,
I know. I just so it just means you think a lot or something or
for the spirit?
yeah.
I mean, it
What-
probably means that you would trust your feelings over your mind.
your
or you-
feelings over the mind.
Yeah, like if you said, I sense that this isn't the right situation for me to get involved with, or I
Right.
don't really get a good vibe from this person.
Gotcha, okay.
You're more led by your spirit than you would be by intellectually. So and so likes them, so they can't be that
So-
bad.
So if situations or interactions with people, they kind of like you internalize those, and you're kind of like either it's happy internalization or negative, like, oh man, that situation is really bothering me. Like but that would be kind of like that, right? Maybe?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
I'm just saying you might make your decisions based more off of feelings than being intellectual about it or
Interesting.
physical about it.
Interesting.
Feelings, nothing more.
It's interesting. Because I
Feelings.
kind of come off as like logical and technical, but I think you're right there. I think it's more kind of like,
At the end of the day, you're going to trust your feelings.
Yes, yeah, exactly, right. Everyone does that.
That's your way to navigate
Right.
this world.
I mean,
yes.
as much as we try to be a Vulcan,
That's right.
I know I do.
That's right.
I'm trying. Even Spock couldn't do it.
Right. And he's friggin' Spock.
Yeah, 7 years, Pong Fire. Let's talk about that. It's been
Yeah.
7 years, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we just go. Okay,
So aura
are you having
power.
fun?
I am.
We're
I am.
You're great. You are
Thank
fantastic.
you.
You're fantastic.
I appreciate
This
that.
is fascinating.
Okay.
probably
I'm
the
glad
best.
you finally decided to.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So this is going to say, like how
Aura
I
power.
said, your aura power when you
Mhm.
walk into a room, like how much people
Mhm.
might feel you. You're at 40%. So, you could almost be ninja-like probably. Sneak up on people.
Mm-hmm.
They might not sense you.
I often do.
Do you?
There you
no,
go.
No.
Oh.
He is the
No, but I think I've had people like kind of like it was just like, oh, you're here,
Right.
like kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I am.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could. Yeah.
So that's kind of ninja-like. So I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
Isn't it also kind of like low key observation when you go into a
Probably.
room? You're not taking it over. You're just kind of
Yes.
scoping it out.
Yes,
Kind of.
and whenever I'm in a social situation, I'm very like, can I slip into the corner? And
That's me as well.
Read the entire room.
And I'm
Right.
about where
get
you are.
comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're about 40% too.
Yes.
So yeah. It's not.
Yeah, I
like-
don't have high numbers. I'm not like a superstar on this
Oh
thing.
come on, you can be. You
I
can
could if I did it enough to where I found a day where I had high numbers,
Don't
and then I was
feel
like,
that
"That's my
way.
report."
Be. Feel that way, Sean.
No, I think everything is good. I think having, those things happen in your life that
Right.
they push you to be a better person. They push you to be like, you know what, I really want to fix that problem, and then you
Right.
can champion that.
Right.
So it's just the middle of my story and my numbers.
Right,
I'll be
that's what
tens
this is
before I
about.
die.
Yeah, but that's the aura thing's interesting because of that behavior.
Oh,
that
yes,
you,
totally.
Like you said, you share of like you don't walk in like, oh, well, what's Jason's number?
Oh, you want me to
Ooh.
pull up his report?
No, you don't have. I mean, but he's got to be higher than 40%. Jason, you're kind of a guy
Actually,
who
I
walks
still
in the room and-
have it in my email,
Hello?
so I can send it to you right now.
But I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean,
It would be
Jason,
interesting.
when you go into a room,
Yeah.
do you like kind of slip off and hide in the corner? Or you kind of like, hey,
It
because you seem more like
it depends.
that kind of a person.
Usually, if I've never had experience, like if you're at a party, you don't know very many people.
Right, that's always it. Yeah.
Usually, I'll read the room first
Yes.
and then kind of base it. But I've learned over the last 5 years that I have private Jason where I'm home and I just kind of. Ooh. And then there's
The
the
family doesn't even know you're there.
Right.
You're like 10%. It's like, oh, where'd Dad go?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Daddy,
There
he
is.
just appeared in the recliner. There he is. And then there's the show Jason, the guy that's, hey, blah,
Right,
blah, blah,
right.
and that. So, I mean, I've learned, I guess, over the last half a decade to kind of balance it, right? And turn it off and on when needed.
So here's something that I think is interesting. Like, we're doing a show right now,
Right.
right? So let's face it, we're essentially on. It's like, there's the camera. Do something. Do it now. Right. And Jason and I, we're doing that. You're here. You're right. But it's interesting that you're taking this report and it's showing like the 40% and all of that, because I'm in a situation right now where I'm out there, but there's nobody. I mean, there's us here, but there's, you're talking, I guess, because it's an inanimate object, because I'm not, I don't see who's on the other side of the camera, or, I would think that my whole reading would be more outgoing right now.
Or you could be a 10 or 20 when you are in a different situation.
Ooh, there.
This could be your high number.
There you go. I think, yeah. That's a good one. 'Cause I definitely, I'm literally crawling on the floor. It's like, where are the gooks?
Do you want some therapy?
Yeah.
Would you mind laying down on the couch?
That's coming up next.
Tell me about your childhood.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's like it's like, where's Doc? And all of a sudden you see this arm coming out the bar trying to like grab a gin and tonic.
Right.
But I mean, when I have to, it's like the playing of the music or something. When you have to do something, and it's the performance thing. We expect you to do something now,
right?
And that's your job. People are here waiting for you to do something. Then it's flip the switch and do it.
Exactly, right.
But then if it's like, that's not my job here, I'm just amongst it, then it's turn the switch off and hey, what's that hand?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But that's the way I learned. I mean, when you're out and somebody expects you, like, the bald guy, you got to, and then you flip the switch and turn into the, hey,
right.
Exactly. And then there's the me guy that's just like sits in a recliner and reads all day.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a lot of what I've read from a lot of performers and people, who are like comedians especially. It's like, they come out and they're so funny and you're like, oh, and then you find out, wow, maybe if you hung out with that person in their natural environment, that's not going to be so fun anymore, right? Something like that. So I don't know, just an observation.
Yeah.
So what else? So that's that, and
so the aura wave. That's
you okay.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
This is talking about showing ripples to say if you're agitated or whatnot.
Okay.
It looks a little agitated. Which makes sense for what you said.
Right.
Your yin-yang color wheel.
Oh, I love that. The yin-yang color wheel.
So you're pointing towards the green with actually both your male and female energy, which supports balance, harmony, love, communication, social nature, and acceptance.
That's good, right?
So now if you needed to balance yourself out, you'd go to the red. So that increases physical energy, vitality, stamina, grounding, spontaneity, stability, and passion.
Wow. So that's actually how you balance that.
Right.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually, to me. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. If it's accurate for the situation you're in, it's kind of incredible.
I'm not disputing this at all.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So the relaxation level, that would make sense if, you're on point. Like you said, you flip that switch, you're doing something right now. You're not in that recording.
So I'm not relaxed when this was taken. I'm not really relaxed right now.
Right. Obviously, you're doing a lot of stuff.
Sure.
All the technical stuff, because Jason doesn't know any of it.
Yeah.
So.
Does it say that in the report, actually?
My little wheel, it's got like a technical 0.
Yeah, his technical chakra was really low.
Oh.
Well,
So this is
How do you
good.
do on the maths?
This is really good.
Energy level?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is saying, basically, you want to be right where you are. Well, I guess 500 would probably be perfect, but you're at 6. So that's how open your chakras are. So how much energy you're letting other people have is maybe just a teeny bit high, but it's really pretty perfect. So you're pretty balanced on controlling that.
Okay.
This is saying...
This is the one that I kept watching when doing the reading.
Yeah.
It was like, what is this?
So this is just reading how calm. It's actually a lie detector test, and you failed.
Oh my God.
Saying how calm or upset, or not upset, I guess. But again, you're doing a show. You've got a lot of stuff going on. So
that's
that
that's called the emotional tier, the squiggly line. And is it kind of a it's the kind of the galvanic.
Yes.
Like if you were asking me the 20 questions, it's like, what's the name of your mother?
I've done a bit of that with this. Yeah.
Did you Columbo it, right? Did you murder someone? Where were you on the night of, that sort of thing? And this squiggly line would tell you if you were nervous.
It does. I've asked people uncomfortable questions and brought stuff up before that, I had one friend on it while I picked a fight with my husband because I knew that she wouldn't like that, and you should have seen it go crazy. And I'd done it on purpose, but
and that's the touch, the galvanic. If you look here,
so like her heart rate was rising, and her perspirations and her respirations and all of that was.
There's like kind of an electrical. You have an electrical
dermal
charge in your derma, which is why these touch screens and things work.
Right.
And so that changes, and then that's how like lie detector tests work and stuff like that,
right.
and heartbeat and all that, so you can tell if someone's. Now, some people can beat it though; they know how to.
Right. But that part, what you're talking about right now, is partly why I was so intrigued by this.
Yeah. Because of my reading, or just that?
Oh, because I thought that it would be a great way to use it for a lie detector.
You're at Gmail, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just send it to the NuzBox. So did you know?
What?
I heard that if you're in the CIA or whatever, you have to take a lie detector test every 6 months or something. I don't know if that's true. Have you heard that?
I haven't, but
I just thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that would probably make sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you a spy?
That's right.
Nope. All right, you pass.
Your life is not your own, so.
Oh. Well, that's what they say. Once the agency.
Always
the agency, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, sent you mine. So you should be in it, yeah.
All right.
But I just find it endlessly fascinating, right? That you give out, people give off certain vibes, of course, and they just different spiritual, emotional, whatever, right? And it's like, wow, you could actually quantify, kind of see it now.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's looking interesting. Yeah. I think some of these numbers are, like we said, a little bit skewed because we're here doing this right now. But I did try. I actually did while I was doing this. You noticed I was kind of like, I was trying to chill out and not kind of do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So I tried.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't fit this scenario, so.
Did they try and fail? They tried and died.
Right. Do we have one pre-coffee and post-coffee?
Yes, I know, right?
Pre-caffeine,
So what's this?
After caffeine?
What's all this stuff coming out of my body?
Those are your chakras, so it's kind of a visual
okay.
reference for you to see what might be going on in the metaphysical plane.
Is this the colorful part that you said was colorful?
Yep. So the report is going to go through what all these colors mean, depending on where they are.
In general, what is that, being colorful like that?
I think you're drawing from a few different places, or you're not complicated. You're, I don't know how else to say it. Multifaceted, spiritually multifaceted.
Gotcha.
You are one effed up dude. Okay,
No,
I'm just saying,
not at all. Not at all. I'm sure you use everything.
Time to get back on the couch, man.
Jesus, dude.
So a little clip would be that your mental state is visionary, spiritual, and wise, which is what that violet color represents, and that's above your head.
Okay.
The left was green, so I flip-flopped it, actually. So the energy that flows into your field is healing and social. And then the center, which is your essence, and that's going. The colors on the outside will change more readily than the one in the center. It can change, but that's more your essence.
That makes sense.
So you're tranquil and sensitive.
Okay.
And then the right, others are experiencing your sensitivity and idealism. And then the bottom was violet as well, so you get your grounding from a higher non-earthly dimension.
Ooh.
There we go.
Non-earthly dimension.
Right. That's very interesting.
I'm like, non-earthly dimension.
non-earthly dimension.
Bob? No.
Right. Right.
Twin Peaks reference again, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just going to assume they all are from now on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just going into it a little more in detail.
It tells you the different things.
And then this is a little
about that.
clip.
You did have like a virtue or something like that in there? Something...
I've never had virtues.
No. But then I thought you said something like there was part of that was kind of virtuous or something. I can't remember what you said. Like there's idealistic. I mean, was it idealistic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, idealistic. Okay, gotcha. Because that's one that I was kind of like, oh yeah, it's kind of me.
Yeah.
Kind of to a fault. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of like, oh, you know, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's all move together and work for a common good.
Right.
And then I walk outside as the news, and you're like, shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is saying kind of a short snippet. It'll get more in detail in a minute about what someone whose essence is blue would be. Your purpose would be to serve mankind and show others how to love one another, which is exactly what you just said.
Right. It's also a cookbook.
Doc's spiritual cookbook. Today we're going to be making some love stew. And
Twilight Zone reference, folks, to serve mankind. Look it up.
Right. Yeah.
From Richard Keel.
Here.
Serve mankind. You look good with a little paprika on your nose.
Right.
Sorry.
You've got that sort
This
of...
is how we roll. Like,
Right. You've got a little... your R's got a little hollandaise in it right now.
We try to turn this into a joke.
Gross.
Laugh right in a minute.
Right.
So there's that, and service. Okay, that's good. Mankind, that's good. I was a Boy Scout, you know.
Were you?
Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
He was in the Boy Scout...
Everyone...
Special Forces.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's kind of a trustworthy,
Yeah.
walk the lady across the street. Although I don't think I
know
ever
about
did that
them.
the whole time I was a Boy Scout.
No.
Well, you'd have to creepily stand at the street corner in your uniform with the scout sign going, oh, here's an old lady, let's go. And the lady's like, I can do it myself. Get off of me.
Right? Old ladies don't want
Right? I got my bags. Can I get your bags? Don't touch my purse.
Right.
Why did you call me old? I'm only 27. What are you doing? Like, no, I'm going to help you cross this road right now.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. All right.
Do you want me to keep going through this?
Well, do you...
Either way, whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's... what do you think? So is there a summary, a wrap-up? What do we think?
So I'll just keep going for this part to just explain the rest of the report, and then you could decide.
Okay.
So this is going to go through, for a blue, what your mind and body are like. So you're the most caring and honest and emotional of all. Make good counselors. And then it's going to go into your social life and how you are.
This will be a good one.
Very social and always concerned about the needs of others.
Relationships and intimacy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Jason. Jason's like, ooh, ding, ding, ding. Let's focus in on that.
Right. Hey, Shanna, can you slow down there? I'm taking notes here.
Yeah, that's all way too personal.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I mean, well, kind of. It is.
Well, how personal is it?
I don't know. Like it says, I mean, it's talking about sex and stuff. So,
Well, all right.
You want me to talk about your sex?
Oh my gosh, Doc, I can't believe you did that.
You know,
I was trying to be nice.
Let's talk about your... Oh, you usually... That comes with a bouquet of flowers.
It says you're a wonderful mate. You have strong emotional depth. Skipping over the sex part. You...
okay, in summary, the sex... thumbs up? Or thumbs down? Just I mean, can you give us a little, like, reading?
It says you're amazing.
I'm dying here. Can you just...
It's not even me. Jason's like over there going, come on.
Yeah, but what he forgot is he emailed you his report. So you have his sex life in your email right now.
Yeah.
Coffee with Curmudgeons is getting real uncomfortable between Jason and I.
It's gonna get to my sex life. It's gonna be totally blank.
Now we have dossiers on each other. It's like, oh, Jason,
Dossier.
you know.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife probably hasn't even seen his report.
No. Yeah. No.
I'm going to email us.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Look at how many different personalities there are out there, and you wouldn't be emotionally attracted to every person, right? Like,
well,
so,
is that what it says? Who you're attracted
it says
to?
like how you are. So I mean, how you are in a relationship, or what you need, or how if you need to cuddle, or if you're more.
Quite seriously, what do I need? because if you could tell me, this would be very helpful. Because
Okay, all right.
I'd like to know.
Okay, so
What the hell do I need? What the hell do I need
What
from
do I
you?
need?
they want to be loved and want to love. You make wonderful mates because you'll take care of your loved ones, and you want to create a happy and harmonious lifestyle. You want to be married and live in a solid family relationship.
Oh, boy.
Love and affection are more important to you than sex and passion. Kissing, cuddling, and emotional love from your partner may be more than actual sexual excitement and stimulation. It's a deep emotional and spiritual experience for you, and you create a powerful bond with your partner, who you often consider to be a soulmate.
Yeah. Okay.
The blues are
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, when everything's said and done, you're still sitting in the couch reading the paper. And you got someone next to you, you better, be able to,
Right.
have a conversation or something.
right.
Hey, did you read this in the paper?
Right.
Whether he's like, who are you? It's like, oh, never mind.
So it says your test is to be aware if they are too emotionally demanding with their partner that they might be pushed away.
Okay, who's emotionally, me or
Blues,
the other person?
You're blue, so so blues are loyal and monogamous. Their test is to be aware that if they are too emotionally demanding with their partner, they might be pushed away. So
if a blue is
if
too,
you are too emotionally, in a
that sounds like a Capricorn. Guess what? I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right?
Yes.
That's everything I've read about Capricorn.
Yeah.
In that area, it kind of sounds like exactly
Yeah.
that. Deeply,
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a couple Capricorns like that.
Yeah.
In a disharmonious relationship, you'd have difficulty letting go and remaining independent.
Oh, man.
In fact, some unhealthy relationships may be difficult for blues to let go.
I needed your phone number last night.
You can have it
No, no.
today. So yeah, I don't know how you felt about that. but-
No, that's I'm down with that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, everything's good. It's pretty much. I think it's all kind of in there. I'm still waiting for the part where you go, "Oh my God, that color says you are a superstar." But anyway,
It's down at the bottom. For career and finances, it says that emotional and spiritual values are far more important to you than money. You're careful with money and have a conservative approach. Let's see. So some occupations that you might be would be like a caretaker, priest, nun, therapist.
I was just thinking none. I was just like,
I thought I had to pull that one out because of that. Social worker. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
There's quite a few occupations listed here. But.
That's interesting because I don't see myself in that type of occupational, like the care. I'm more like Scotty on Star Trek. Let me massage the warp engines and fix them, and you know what I mean, that sort of thing. More engineer, technical kind.
Gotcha.
Of thing. Yeah. Well, you kind of get that.
Yeah.
So anyway, wow. This is your aura. Doc Normal, welcome to This Is Your Aura. Okay. Okay.
So
That's the new show on NuzBox coming up. This is your aura.
Could be interesting.
Yeah.
We could get Shan our own show. This is your aura. Like it could be almost like it could be like Crossing Over meets The Price is Right come on down. Next thing you know, Buddha's coming down there, sitting down, and like.
Yeah, you could like send like people get these boxes, right? Plug them in and then go over the internet, and then they send it to you. You know.
That'd be cool, but they're not cheap.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. Maybe like a cheaper version or something, and especially if you could get people like. And they're all doing it at the same time, and then their auras are like going over the internet and interacting.
That would be amazing.
thinking-
Well, that is one of my ideas, is to have
cool.
like people who are in love both have their hand on, and then take a picture of what their aura is together.
Oh wow, that's great.
That's the color of their love.
That's
I have a lot of ideas. I just
that's a good idea. I
there are
like
a
that idea.
lot of kids in a lot of Disney movies, and I don't get to
Yeah.
experiment as much as I want to.
That is a cool idea, though.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
That's a winner. I think you
Yeah.
got a winner there.
I think I could do weddings with it. So
Yes,
Ooh,
that's perfect. I love it. I love it. We love it.
yes.
Nothing's happier than a wedding. I love being at them. No, that's not true. I've been
Yeah.
to a couple that weren't happy, but
I know.
my first one. No.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Yeah, my little inside voice is like, yeah, okay, sister.
Oh.
Happy weddings. I can tell you stories.
Okay, the ones I bartended at were fun.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, weddings or receptions with open bars, they always end up happy though, because at the time you're like, oh, God, hell's pressure, and then afterwards, get some in you, and you're like, woo. Anyway,
I was just gonna say it's funny. You look like the bartender that was at my wedding.
Really? That's funny.
see, that's where we're going full circle, folks. Full circle.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
So what else? I guess we're kind of wrapping this up.
This
here.
is the end, yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the end. Well,
It says you need to learn how to say no.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh?
That's actually if that's the summary of the report. You need to learn to say no.
I saw it in there a few times, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, still in process. Still working on that.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
really cool though that it reflects that for you.
Yeah. No. It's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I think out of all of the report, the only part that I was kind of like maybe not so much was the career.
Yeah,
thing
it
about the
had a
care-
bunch of them, so you can read through it and see if any
Right.
of them resonate with you.
Right. Like social worker and caregivers, like.
I care, but not that much.
I want to be responsible for your problems, okay?
Right.
You got a computer? It's got problems? Here, I'll work on this computer. I'll make you happy for that. I mean, that's kind of like a caregiver in a way, kind of technical. I mean,
I'm sure that comes out in you.
I've been a, so to speak, a corporate caregiver, like holding big companies' hands while they totally screw up a product, and you're like, okay, we still want to keep you as a customer. Let me help you. That's kind of
Yeah, an accountant was in that list as well.
oh god.
Ah.
So that would be more logical.
You don't want me as an accountant.
No, you
I'd
don't
be
want
like,
me as one
yeah,
either.
No, bad at math. Although I had a long, very long relationship with an accountant.
Did you?
Yes.
Interesting.
Maybe it rubbed off on you then.
No.
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 Not at all. Not at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
wish.
interesting, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is great. I mean, so we should actually we should pull up your info so people can
Yeah.
find you
Sure.
and hire you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So I have to work on my website a bit. I'm upgrading basically, and I couldn't just put all the new stuff into my old website, so I have to redesign it. So if it's not there in
But
the
you have
next
Facebook.
couple days, yeah, I was gonna say what my website is too.
Okay.
But that's healingatthealtar.com.
Okay.
And I describe what I do in more detail there. And then, yes, the Facebook is Alter Your Ego Hypnosis.
Okay. I'm just typing it up here for you here. Oh, yeah, probably altar maybe, right?
Nope, it's actually ALTER.
Because you're altering something.
Healing
Yes.
at
Healing at the Altar
the-
is talking about the ALTER.
Mm.
But it is a play on words. You're right.
Okay. Let's go to Jason here as I see what I typed here. Healing at the
That's right.
oh, there's
Healing
an
at
extra
the
E
altar.
there. Sorry.
Yes. www.healingatthealtar.com.
There we go. Okay, finally.
There
Brought
we
that
go.
up. Sorry, that's my own fault. My own fat fingers there. Here is the website. Okay, healing.
All right.
Just spell it correctly, folks. Not like me. healingatthealtar.com.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shanna, right? Shanna.
There you go.
Madsen.
Yeah, that's the name I used for that. It's my
Oh,
maiden
okay,
name.
okay.
I got married last year, so
Okay.
and this had started
Well,
before that.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe. No.
Oh!
Just kidding.
Oh! Now it's our turn
on the
for
box.
therapy, right?
You get on the box right now.
You don't know until you make it to your 50th wedding anniversary, right?
Oh man. I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, Jason, you've been married for.
Yeah.
What you just
Yeah, we just had our 20th.
20th. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was it the 20th?
Yeah, wake me when we get to 50. You know.
Yeah, but boy, if you make it to 20, it's like, whew, you know, how'd you even do that? But anyway.
Me personally, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. A lot of on her end. It's a lot of patience with me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my theory is that you get that further in the 50, it's just like the aura. It's like doesn't exist anymore. You don't even know the person's there.
Right.
It's just like they're just like a lounge, a chaise lounge. It's like you're sitting on me. Oh, sorry, I thought you were the lounge chair.
Right.
You're my wife, actually, or husband. You know, I'm like I don't know.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you were the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I figured out the divorce rate problem.
Oh. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. That's not the show I want to do. So Shanna, Prestige Business Center, and this is where you practice.
Yes.
So they can come. You've got a
They
place
could.
you can
In
come
Sandy, yeah.
in Sandy, 39330 Proctor Boulevard, Sandy, Oregon 97055. And you're at 503-310-1135.
That's it.
That's right. So find help with smoking cessation, weight loss, PTSD. Do you do a lot of PTSD with a lot of people out there with PTSD?
I do, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of people have some degree of it.
I think you're right.
You know, the majority of us probably do
Yeah.
about something or other.
Hey, I see one that could apply to Buddha really easy. I'm gonna have to tell him about it. Bedwetting.
Oh, come on.
Why?
Jeez.
What?
Is that the show you want to do?
Yeah, no.
No.
No. Yeah, so phobias.
I'm just trying to help him.
Oh, sport performance. You do like
do.
focusing for folks that.
Absolutely.
That's very cool.
Well-
That's a real. That goes back to the kind of I was talking about creativity, but sports would be the same thing. Getting in the zone,
Right.
Focusing. Yeah.
Right, honing that sort of competitive sort of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is great. Yeah. Sport performance, public
Ooh.
speaking.
Age past life regression. Yeah.
No, we were just talking about that on Friday.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yes, we were just talking. So past life regression, because I know what my past life. I know what
Yeah?
What was it?
I'm Marco Polo.
There you go.
Marco Polo. You know why?
Why?
I like the pasta.
Ah. That makes
I like
sense.
to explore, and I like pasta.
Yeah.
So clearly, I was Marco Polo.
He was Marco Polo.
So you're talking to Marco Polo.
I mean, there could be something to that.
No, we actually, this was perfect because we talked about this.
We talked about it.
On Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the deal is it seems that anytime you do like when you watch people on TV in a past life and go back and who are you, right? And it's like a guy who's like a truck driver, right? He's I'm in New York, I deliver the papers, whatever. He regresses in past life. He's like a general for Caesar who like did these campaigns or whatever, or it's like I was King Edward the IV or something. It's like. So, King Edward IV in a past life, truck driver in New York in the present life. I'm not getting that here. So that was kind of my point. It's like, that's why I figured I'm Marco Polo.
Got you.
So
Sure.
That was kind of a sarcastic.
I know. Well, did they mention sarcasm?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, no.
And I never use it.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I can tell.
I think she just did. She's dead.
Can you tell us about a little of that past life regression, without revealing anything?
Sure.
Anything interesting that has come out of your practice with the past life regression, like things people? I know you have to probably not say. You can't tell about your clients and stuff like that.
Right. I could tell about my daughter.
Ooh, okay.
So I did hers when she was about 11, and she went to Shanghai for one, or somewhere around there, or she was shanghaied, and she ended up on this island, and she could smell it. It was smelled differently. She was describing all sorts of things to me that she's never been there, and I don't think she had ever studied it. I was very surprised to hear her say that. And then another time, she was like a young boy who had gotten ill, and he was dying. And so, you kind of get your message from whatever that past life was. What message do you have for me? And
sure,
it ends on a very positive note, but it's pretty interesting when they're experiencing being that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then a lot of things will have synchronicities. So, if you really did feel like a really strong connection to Marco Polo, there might be something to that. So it can be interesting what comes up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I take a left turn, I'm like, Marco Polo. I don't know.
Yeah.
No. I like pasta. No, we were just talking. I like the Italian pasta. I like the Chinese noodles.
Well, I kind of have a theory, and I'm sure it's a theory elsewhere too. But
that's probably a fat glutton back in Italy. Well,
what if we live everyone's life, and that's why you can't judge anyone else?
What's that?
You can't judge anyone else because we're going to live everyone else's life.
Oh.
So for you to place judgment on them, you're placing it on yourself, because at a future time, you will be that person. If you haven't learned that lesson yet, you will be that person. You will do everything.
So you're just going to keep, so you will live every person's life.
I mean, or at least a bunch of them. You'll learn those lessons in one way or another. I mean, it's a theory. I think a lot.
So I will one day live Jason's life.
And that thought, that thought serves you though.
Welcome to my world.
If that thought serves you to find compassion for other people, because you would want people to find that compassion for you.
Yeah.
Those are the thoughts I like to gravitate towards.
So how does this work? So do you, when you live, these lives that you live, right? Do you actually seek that life out somehow? Is it somehow conscious then? Is that how that works?
Well, one of the theories would be that you would actually make the decision to come here. Supposedly, this is the most popular time to be on this planet. With
right now?
All the things going on. Yeah, we all were fighting in line trying to get down to Earth right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Lucky us!
Yeah.
Did you? Anyway, you haven't seen what's going on in Washington D.C. lately, have you?
Right.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you were always perfect,
yeah.
Why? I mean, things can really happen.
Well, I think you're right, because this is why the extraterrestrials are signaling us right freaking now from space, 3 billion years away. They're like, hey, you're in the popular. You know that signal? You heard about that signal?
No.
Yeah, 3 billion light years away. They picked up some radio bursts. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah. It's actually even a Stephen Hawking project.
Nice.
They have the stuff, the dishes. Now, they're not saying it's extraterrestrial, but it's like if you're sending a signal across the universe 3 billion light years away, which means it takes 3 billion years, that signal's got to be really strong. It's like something like 15 million trillion joules of energy or something. It's not just flashlight. Hey guys, it's like a huge burst of energy. And the thing is, it's regular.
Right.
It's like they've detected it first in 2012. Then they all got together and said we need to put more telescope, radio monitors on this, and so they coordinated, and just at the end of August they got 15 more bursts that they detected.
And it's also more of a focus burst. In other words, if there's just energy out in the universe, it'll go all ways. This seems to be more of a focus, they're aiming at us and shooting stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
It's something we haven't ever seen in astronomy before.
Right.
So I mean, there's all kinds of energy things that pop out and
Yeah.
things, and then they go, oh, that's two black holes smashing together, or
Right.
that's a neutron star, or whatever. This one's more like, that's interesting, and why is it 15, and why is it regularly occurring, stops, and then happens again, and all
Right.
that. So one of the theories that's out there, which actually was proposed, is that it might be some guys out there with maybe their super flying saucers and stuff, because you'd need a lot of energy to fly across the universe.
Mm.
Who knows?
Interesting.
But
yeah.
anyway,
You are in good company with that.
yeah, so it's a good time to be alive.
Okay.
Well,
It is in science, I think.
yeah, I
That's
think in many ways.
Yeah.
Many ways.
Yeah, I mean, despite what's going on, bad things that are going on in the world, one thing we try to avoid. Look, we don't want to make people feel bad at 9 a.m. on a Monday.
Right.
Well, it is a Labor Day, but but we try to look at like science stuff and interesting things like that, where it's like, well, look, no, we don't know what this is. Nobody's seen that, and Elon Musk is shooting up rockets and landing them on platforms and stuff. A lot of
Well, just look
cool
at the
stuff,
last
right?
100 years, how much stuff has changed.
Oh, yeah.
Like the rate at which it's changed compared to the whole rest of history
Yeah.
is, I mean, something's happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're talking about here like about the measuring and all that, and now you've got physicists going, well, what are you doing over there? I mean, you might get a call from a physicist, or whatever.
That would be amazing.
And be like, hey,
I have gotten calls from
let's-
scientists
yeah.
and done experiments and stuff with them.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
Very cool.
I mean, it's always kind of in the realm of science versus, other things that
Right,
aren't
the metaphysical world.
metaphysical, that aren't necessarily, the scientists are like, well, we can't really
Right.
prove this. So, but I do actually think that there will be more of a convergence of this stuff, because, and scientists, if they're honest, will tell you there's so much we don't know about the universe.
They don't even know what energy is.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than
They can use
Einstein
it.
or whatever, but there's so much more to
Right,
that.
right.
Well, look at all the stuff that, if you remember back in like 1966, the very first Star Trek episode, right? And some of that stuff now has gone literally from science fiction now to science fact, right? And it's rather interesting. I mean, I think last week they did another successful being able to actually move a particle through time and space. And so
Right, that was the entanglement thing.
Yeah.
So it's they called it teleportation. It's not exactly the same thing. It's it's more information, basically. The reading the state of the particle here, being able to read it in another place, and
Nice.
they've proven that theory of that entanglement theory.
Yeah.
Mostly good for communications, like instantaneous,
Nice.
which is interesting because that's kind of your realm too.
Yes.
Instantaneous communication, as opposed to what we're doing here with the internet, and we gotta still send things through the
Right.
speed of light, and then you get the message over here. This is something where we can do this, and you got the answer at the same time. And the quantum entanglement is just the weirdest. Einstein called it the spooky action.
Yeah, I think he
Like
called
that.
it the spiritual colon of science.
Anyway, I'm going off because I like this stuff, and
Right, yeah.
I do too.
we're really enjoying this.
See,
so.
I want to do a past life thing because I want to find out once and for all if I was ever Mr. Whipple from the old Charmin
Charmin?
commercials.
Don't squeeze the.
Don't squeeze Charmin. Hey, kid, don't squeeze Charmin.
No. With a past life regression, and we'll wrap you up and let you out of the cell. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
No,
This
thank
is
you
just
so much for
awesome.
having me.
This is so awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you.
But on the past life thing, it's all, is it all humans, or if I did a past life, it would be like I was this turtle, I was floating around in the water.
Yeah, no, you
and
can be
something-
things. Like,
Really?
when I was in shamanic school, we would do quite a few things. We'd sit across from each other and scry into each other's eyes, and pretty soon their face will just start to change into all these things they've been. And I was this, like, exotic, otherworldly bird.
Wow.
One time I did it for myself. I was the reflection in the water.
So it could be inanimate objects too that have a
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
But
Yes.
it's, very, very, very,
Very
good.
interesting, yeah. Yes.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap up. I have one more. I have one more question
Okay.
because we're kind of touching on this. and Jason can chime in if he's got anything else. How about like the extraterrestrials and that sort of thing? I mean, is there anything? Have you seen anything or anything there that?
Yeah, like one of your
Like you're
past
talking-
lives, you were an alien.
Yeah, or something like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I personally believe in that stuff. I grew up with
But
the,
with what you
the story.
do, is
But
there
yeah, so
anything-
like I haven't seen anything specifically come up with my aura photography or my hypnosis or whatever. It'd be more like the shamanism side of things probably when
Okay.
it's called non-ordinary reality, what you're plugging into. So there are different dimensions too. So I don't know
Yeah.
where we're going necessarily,
Right
but we definitely go to other places for sure that aren't of this world.
Well, there's this new. Speaking of the different dimensions, there's this string theory which suggests that there's like 11 or 12 different dimensions, and maybe reality is just sort of in one reality, I don't know, I'm drinking tea and not coffee or whatever.
Right, like slight
In a
version.
Game of Thrones mug and not.
Yeah.
Right.
Michio Kaku, right, who's actually
Yeah.
one of the authors of string theory and super string theory. He always likened it to like soap bubbles, and each like different reality is like a bubble, right? And you got all these little bubbles
makes sense.
floating around.
In addition to that, they keep floating this new theory, and we were talking about the science about that we're living in the Matrix. We're living in a simulation, right? So I like maybe our future selves have created this.
That's an interesting theory.
This bubble
do you
again
think
to go
about
back
that?
to.
I like it.
You like it? Does
Yeah,
that
I mean, I like any.
gives you ideas.
I like and I don't want to ever say that I like know that this is how it is.
Right.
I don't even
That's why
need to like
that's why
break
I'm
this
asking you.
code.
Tell us the truth.
I don't
Come on.
need to break
Give
the
it up.
code.
Come on,
I'm
Shannon.
enjoying.
Are we living in a simulation?
You're gonna know as soon as you
Which
die.
dimension, right?
Just wait.
Darn it, Shannon.
Wait, just tell us now. You're here.
Well,
Cameras are
so
rolling.
like,
We won't tell anyone.
so my theory is that it's all overlaid on top of itself. So every dimension is here. It's some of them vibrate faster. So if you can get yourself to vibrate faster,
Yeah.
you could see some of these
Gotcha.
other things.
I think that would make sense even in a physics sort of quantum, because where that comes from is the small and it's
Right.
kind of like, well, aren't they existing
Everything's-
and you're not?
Everything's energy,
I
and
think a lot
it's
of
all
stuff is
different.
vibrational for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
It's all different frequencies. Yeah.
that's right.
There we
Jason
Yes.
lives in a totally different frequency
go. Way
than the rest of us.
different.
I'm surprised we even
frequency.
see him right now.
I know,
Right.
right?
See?
He made
See? Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
That's the way I
Is
roll,
it
people.
Present or is it future? Future or past? Future or past? I just want to talk backwards like in Twin Peaks. And then you know you're in the other dimension, because every time they talk backwards,
Gotcha.
they actually talk backwards, but then they roll it forward, so it's really creepy.
Right.
Interesting.
And when they film the scenes, they make the actors walk backwards, but then they play it forward, so it's like really weird, like
Disjointed. And,
yeah, like if you spoke backwards and then you played
Right.
it forwards, you're actually hearing the words, but
Right.
they sound so weird because
Interesting.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna end up in the Black Lodge,
Yeah.
right? In a
that's
chair,
good. Yeah. that's
sitting
cool.
there, eating cream
Yeah.
corn, just like
Cream
this is
corn.
weird.
See, you wouldn't know.
So you are trying to cleanse your colon. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Right.
No, cream corn is evil.
It is evil.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
you sitting there in a Black Lodge, and you just realized I'm actually there, sitting in a recliner. You know, hey Doc, how you doing, man? Welcome to the lodge.
Oh, that would, you know
Yeah,
what?
Welcome to the lodge. What's
Jason,
going on?
even though it's over, we do need to work on our parody. It would just be like,
Right.
hey,
Hey, we're hey. I'm
that's
here.
weird. That guy's walking backwards.
Snip, snap, snap.
Yeah, exactly. You.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Shanna, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
in.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Really. Thanks for putting up with
Yeah, our shenanigans.
us. And,
Anytime.
And the lack of the green room and all that.
Right.
The lack of the greenery. I was really disappointed.
So,
Yeah, I
folks,
know.
if you want to,
So am I. Every time I do this.
if you want to get in touch with Shanna, find her on Facebook. Go to her website,
That's
And,
healing. Let's show that again. here.
www.healingatthealtar.com.
And the phone number there again is 503-310-1135. Is there an email for you too? Or
Talkwithshanna@gmail.com.
There we go.
Talk with Shanna, SHANA @gmail.com.
There we
Can't
go.
be any
That's it.
easier than
I
that.
can't.
That's great.
Awesome.
Well, final thoughts, folks. Shanna, any final thoughts?
No, not unless you had it.
Are you got big plans for the Labor Day with the family and all that?
Yeah, you're not gonna go into
I
labor, are you?
ran out to the woods for a couple days and built a river labyrinth to
Oh,
do
wow.
a meditation.
Oh wow! So you're gonna go out? Wow.
No, so I've already been gone. So the kids, they're expecting me home.
That sounds great.
Gotcha.
Are you getting any smoke or wildfire? Are you
Yes,
getting-
it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great when we were camping and I drove into this. I was like, oh no.
Are we lucky over the weekend? Those how many hikers? It was.
Oh, yeah.
It was
We're
like
trapped over
150
there.
or whatever on the
Yeah.
trail that they got rescued out there in Eagle Creek Trail.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places.
Oh,
So-
mine too. We used to hike there when I was in the Scouts.
In the Scouts.
Aw,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Shanna.
thank you.
And Jason, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Have a good Labor Day, folks. We'll see you back. Friday?
That's right, Friday.
You can check out me Wednesday on my show.
Oh yeah, turning left.
Yep.
And then we'll see you back here on Friday. Okay, take care. Have a safe Labor Day today. Hang out with the family. Have a good time.
Yep.
See ya.
It's the best damn coffee you're gonna get anywhere, buddy.